Hello, hi. Hi guys. Hope you're all well. Sorry for the little bit of delay today. I was just gathering some resources for today's stream. And yeah, here we are. Today, let's just get some chill background music on. Something perhaps we haven't listened to completely to death. Hello, hi Oliver. Welcome to the otter side. Hi SF Giants. Thanks for showing up today. Thanks for joining me. I'm just finishing up a few things. Okay, there we are. Ah no, okay, I missed it. Never mind. Okay, there we are. Hi! So in today's stream I was thinking, okay, I haven't started a new large painting or anything yet, because I'm always enjoying a little bit of downtime of just sketching and exploring and just finding... Oh, is the music volume a little bit low? Yeah, I know, it's also because the music is very quiet. It's because I don't want my ears blown off. So, yeah, I've been thinking about something relating to the art, and that is characters. So recently my last one was the mermaid version of a character I previously drawn, and I thought I might the microphone. Oh, actually it's hitting the yellow bars for me, so it doesn't look like it's particularly quiet. I don't know. Sorry if it's quiet for you. Thanks for letting me know. I'll just look into it for a quick moment. Looks alright for me. No, I haven't changed anything. Maybe turn up your Twitch a bit. Where was I? Yes. Thanks, Max. Yeah, I just also realized that I just have no space in this desk. No desk is big enough for all this stuff. Oh, yeah, that happens, of course, if other streams are a bit louder. Sorry about that. You know what? Give me a second. Ha! Good thing I muted myself there, because I'm sure otherwise you'd have problems. Yeah, I just noticed that my microphone had sagged a little bit, so I hope this is better. I'll try and not mumble too much. Let me know if it's okay. Yeah, we don't want you all to be straining your ears. That would be annoying. But I noticed, I don't know, do you feel the same? I noticed there's a tendency that if you're mostly just within like a room and you don't really go many places. Yes, I removed the pop protection because it was sagging. The screw was a little bit loose, so I don't know. Moin moin, hello. Nice username. Yeah, I hope it's okay. Maybe some point will be an interesting position to get a new microphone perhaps, but for the moment it's working alright. It is also a little bit dusty. I just noticed that. I never saw that because the pop shoots was in the way. Anyway, I hope it's okay now. And you're not all, you know, getting ear problems. Anyway, yeah, I'm just getting ready basically to do some sketching today. So I've been trying to get like an idea of the original characters that I've created over the years, and I take that with a very large quotation marks here because I've never really created an original character like other artists do this, like with this real purpose in mind. At least that's what it seems like to me. You know what I mean? It's like the thing where people are like, this is my OC, Sunshine Happy Dance, and she's got all of these character traits, and she does this and she does that, and they've got all of these stories. And I have not formulated it quite like that before, with the exception of a bunch of characters I created for a possible comic project which I was working on, and which I would actually love to pick back up again, but I haven't really gotten around to yet. I just have to write it. I know the whole story, you know, it's just the kind of thing you have to just write it down, make a plan, and then just start working on it, but I don't know. I haven't done it yet. Yes, I have a beach girl. She is a girl on a beach. That's her character. That's exactly how I feel all of it. Well, I basically started to open up all of the different characters I've created in the last 4 years. So feel free to join me on this little trip down memory lane. And in no particular order, I just pulled them all up to get some ideas. So I've restricted myself to characters that are not drawn by reference, not drawn based on any one reel, not drawn based on a role-playing character, because I think that's different. Like, I don't really regard those my OCs. Those are my role-playing characters. That's something separate. So my Tabaxi is not on this list, for instance, because, I don't know, that seems to me that's something separate that was in that campaign. That's it. But yeah, so basically I want to do a little bit of a gathering of the different characters I've drawn. Most of them are like girls in sexy outfits. Clip Studio is not with me today. Anyway, let's just get the keyboard back. So yeah, this is what I want to do today. I want to gather all the OCs, gather them round, look at them, and decide, you know, basically, this guy is the only dude. Look at all these people, look at all these things I've drawn, and just kind of decide what to do with them. And then I want to kind of, you know, I want to be able to draw them like in a variety of outfits. I want to draw them, you know, I want to be like, hey, I'll draw XYZ as a mermaid, like I did with the beach girl. And I like that. It was fun, you know. And I want to kind of select, I pulled up all of them, but I want to kind of, along with you, feel free to comment on this and choose with me which characters make it into the roundup. So basically I want to have like a sort of a set, like, you know, like the Disney princesses, like that. Like where you can put them all next to each other in similar outfits or something. I want that. That's cool because I've seen other artists do that and I like it and it's whimsical and ridiculous, but I love it and I want to have that. So I want my characters next to each other and I want to see them and look at them. So yeah. It's a nice project for an artist, why the hell not? So this was Copper Person. Something. I drew that together with Myri in a stream once, where we designed superheroes. So this is a superhero person. So you know what, for the moment, why don't we put her over here and then see if we want to keep her in the final roundup. there's not that much detail about her costume, but I have a hairstyle and a color scheme, and that's what you need. No Ferengi. No, I'm afraid no Ferengi. Although I do have a special place in my heart for my Ferengi characters. Absolutely. This one, I definitely want her in the roundup because I spent so much time on this picture, and I actually have a fairly good idea about the story behind this. You know, this girl is from like this noble elven family, and they're in the forest, and it's like got this nice clothes and stuff, and she's got these like jewelries because she's the princess, and or some kind of important noble person amongst these elves, and she was out with her guardians, and she went into the forest, and she followed these fairies because they were like making a light and stuff, and they were calling her, and she followed them, and now these people in the back, they're looking for her, but they can't find her because she's been basically taken in by these fairies who are taking all of her jewelries away from her, because that was their goal. They're like enchanting her and stealing her jewelry. So like, haha, stealing the gold and stuff. And I still really like this illustration, to be fair. I still like the lighting and stuff. I mean, looking at it now, I can tell you that the hands are much too small, but at least they look fairly decent, I'd say. I'm really quite pleased with all the lighting here. That was a lot of work. I remember I spent so much time on this painting, and the lighting is really quite nice. Like, I'm quite pleased with this kind of like light here and stuff. That looks really good. And the knees as well. I'm quite happy with this. Also, I remember the thing I tried back then was putting a grainy filter over the whole picture to make it look more cohesive, because I'd seen people do that and I liked it. And now it seems a little bit like, yeah, you can do that, but you also don't have to. So I'm trying out different styles and things. But yeah, she has a cool outfit, and therefore she definitely should be in this lineup. Because, you know, I like her dress and stuff, and I like her story. This one, well, it was kind of a test. Like, I really did like a style test. I wanted to see how to draw without any lines and just do these like blocky colors. I seem to have a thing for purple hair. I'm not quite sure if this one is really necessarily a character as much as it was just a test. But I guess I can sort of group her over here with purple hair lady, and I guess those could be similar, but yeah, you know, I don't think that needs to be its own character. Maybe that was just a test, so perhaps we'll leave that for the moment. Then we have this lady, which is a bit tricky because I stole her dress from a reference picture. But her hair, like, she's basically pink-haired jungle girl. So maybe we can do something with that. We'll see. That was the one where I went with line art and then lots of lighting effects. I like that still, but I would rather do a bit more painterly stuff now, so the style will have to be different. I still like the shininess of this. Then we have this Punky Girl, which I don't really have much of a story about her. This was a test of some new brushes I'd bought. That's really all, so I really just drew that because I wanted to test out these textured shading brushes. I needed something to do that on. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Any recommendations as to who makes it into the lineup? I mean, sexy and everything, but I'm not sure about the character design, if that's my favorite thing ever, so maybe... it's a maybe. There we go. And we have this snake lady. It was kind of inspired by the UNT in our D&D campaign. I guess she's got a cool like character color scheme going on, and that's the thing, she doesn't have to be a snake, because obviously I drew the other characters as a mermaid, so I could just draw the snake lady as not a snake, but still retaining some of that characteristic, you know, like the fierce look and the sort of a green kind of color scheme. I'm thinking like scary business lady or something somehow, I don't know. So maybe that. Then we have the characters from this comic I was trying to make. This was the villain basically, so this is like this old woman. I'm not quite sure. I love that character because I know what her story is. But I'm not sure I want her in the lineup. I don't think that kind of fits with the other sort of, you know, don't think she quite fits next to a beach girl, let's put it that way. Oh, this one. Oh my god. Who remembers this one? This is from when I was streaming at YouTube. And I remember Myri came up with the name for this lady. So she's called Adelaide or something. Adalie. I guess Adelaide. So I just kind of drew this person, and the idea behind this character was that she's in an evening dress, for some reason wearing these fuck off, over-knee, kick-ass, combat high-heel boots. I don't know what the hell I was thinking there. But the idea was that she would go to this ball, and you can clearly see that I never finished the background because I honestly had no clue what to do about the background. I was like, I can't do backgrounds. I don't know how. So I drew this half-assed attempt at a tiled floor and kind of left it at that. She's standing in front of this void. But yeah, so so basically the story in the stream became that she's an agent, and then she's at this ball in disguise. She's wearing a ball gown and nice earrings, but she has her sword hidden somewhere on this outfit. And she's got these very flimsily drawn daggers on her thigh. And I think originally there was like a sort of like an orc attacking her or something, but because I never finished the drawing, she's just like posing with her sword for no reason. But I like the character, and she's actually one of the few people in this lineup who have a slightly more outlined character, so we'll keep her in the lineup for now, because definitely sounds very Emma Peel-like. What's Emma Peel? I do not know. Is that a book character or something? So yeah, this Adelaide, so there we go. A character that actually has a story, but her picture was never finished. Alas, something that happens a lot to me, or it happened a lot to me in 2018 when this was made. I used to start characters, drawings and paintings, and at some point I just kind of stopped and didn't really refine it much more because I lost the will to finish it, and because I wasn't invested in the drawing enough. I was like, oh, this is bad, and I don't know how to make it better. So I never finished it. It's like the more recent Space Girl drawing. Okay. Oh, that Avengers. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I remember you requested a drawing about it once. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, that was yeah, that's true. That does actually sound very much like that. Let me just see if I can get the Space Girl redraw. Space Girl version 8. Just as a comparison. So this was the last. So this was the redraw of this Space Girl. So we basically did a redraw of the original Space Girl. And that was this basically, for which I basically spent a lot of time drawing the eyes, I think, and the lips. But I think I've gotten a bit better at faces. Also, her hands look like there's something seriously wrong with her fingers, or she's just wearing mittens. And I don't know why her belly button would be somehow visible under this suit. I mean, that would basically mean that she's vacuum packed into the suit, which raises some questions. Doesn't sound very comfortable either. Also, what the hell is this? Like, who created these lights? They're so whimsical and like wobbly. They don't look like they've been built. This wall as well, it's just not straight at all because I couldn't paint straight lines. It's the future, yeah, exactly, where everyone wears vacuum-packed bodysuits. Absolutely. So the redraw of this I made in 2020, and this was the last position. Again, you can tell that I lost the will to live, or rather I lost the will to draw backgrounds because I felt like I can't draw backgrounds, hence I never did. And I want to get better at this, which is why last week was background concepts. But yeah, I'm still a fan of this. I might actually finish it. I like the lighting concept and stuff with the light coming from the top. It's actually kind of at a point where you can almost leave the character like this. It just needs the background really to just turn it into something. So it's on my to-do list, but we'll see. But anyway, the Space Girl being one of the few characters in this lineup that actually has had multiple redraws, will of course join the party. Goodness, where is... Ah, there it is. There we go. Join the party, Space Girl. Eventually, you're gonna need a name. You can't just be Space Girl forever. We gave Beach Girl a name. She's called June now. I was thinking another character that I have should be called May. So maybe the... Seeing as we have a June. Maybe we should have the Space Girl be May. That could be a cool name. Somehow she has to get into this with a lot of talcum. Oh god, I just have this horrible image of someone going into this changing room and just taking this bag of talcum and just going, just, you know, bathing in a bodysuit of talcum and then stepping into the suit and then pressing a button and just going. That's how it would be. What are the things that want to grab her boobs? Oh yeah, she didn't have those in this version. Did she have them in the original version? Let's have a look. I don't remember. Oh yeah, look, I got those from the original Space Girl. She had these like little tiny tubes here on her little waist. And I even circled them and went, that is a part of the character design that we need to keep. So, tubes, I don't know, I guess they're like oxygen. Maybe they're the vacuum tubes that suck all the air out of the vacuum suit. Maybe they're part of the mechanism, like you have to press a button and these tubes just go. Maybe that's fantastic, thoughtful character design here on this channel. Yes, there's a clear point to all of these glowy things. It's all thought out. It's all their functions. From where to where? What do you mean where? Oh, you mean where does it suck the air? I don't know. It's a hidden tank in her back or something. I don't know. Where was I? Space Girl. Oh yeah, Beach Babe, of course. June, now called June, the was the main character of this lineup, being the first recognizable character I had. Canvas, that's what it's called. Look at all these beautiful girls and this one dude. Beach Babe, and then we have... Well, again, this isn't really a character. This is just something I drew for my patrons, I think. That's just a little doodle I did. That's not really a character. But, you know, I like I said, I just literally opened everything. Oh, this one is really old. I'm not sure if you'd call this a character, but this one is really old drawing of mine. You can see it's done with Copics markers. I always liked this one because I liked how the hair looks. I was a big fan of that, which is why I kind of kept coming back to it. But obviously there's not much to this. There's no character design here. This is just me wanting to try out my blue Copic markers, obviously. So maybe we can turn this into a character design. You know, maybe I like this sort of serene look that I gave her, so perhaps that's something like a character trait. Maybe she's just very calm. You know, maybe if this was a Sailor Moon lineup, maybe she'd be the Ami-chan and be like this really sort of calm, intelligent person. And I'm probably thinking that because this character is also water related, or looks like she has got watery hair. So that's probably why my brain is drawing that connection there. I think that's it. I think that was all the characters I found in my folder and before the stream started. Righty-ho. Also, everyone, lovely people who are hanging out with us today, remember there's still the community challenge going on for the VR stream, and we're 45% there, so if you have some hands to spend, feel free to contribute them to this VR challenge stream. I've extended the deadline because I have not done these challenges before, and I did underestimate how difficult it is to collect all of the points. So, if you would like to see me make a fool of myself with the VR glasses, then feel free to donate some hands. Okay, so let's do a bit of a collection. So, let's put all the definitely confirmed in the lineup people over here. It's like a character roundup at the police. Space Girl, definitely. Those are my two main characters, essentially, of this art channel, I guess. Still feels strange. I have to admit, the whole the character concept of having OCs is still a little bit odd to me. You know, the idea, the whole idea of it, but obviously it's what you do, you know, so. There we go. Also, this is kind of nice because she would be younger than the others and also an elf. So it's a bit different. But I guess if you look at the Disney princesses, I'm not the biggest fan of Copper Person, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think Copper Person should stay? She's not my number one favorite. I'm going to put the comic book characters over here. There's also another guy who's part of this lineup. There's like a guy missing that I haven't drawn yet. So there's the old lady who's the villain, and then there's these two have they're a trio. So someone's missing. I would like to try and make something out of this blue lady, because I've always kept looking at the picture in the past and thinking, you know, kind of like this one. There we go, let's put you down here. Aaron and Animo. At least they have names. Most of these don't have names. This is just snake lady, pink hair lady, blue water hair lady. And then we have this lady who doesn't have a name either. Okay, so if we had to choose, like I said, these two are kind of a bit on the fringe here. So let's try and narrow it down a little bit. So, yeah, what do you think? Is this like, I don't think I'll keep Copper Lady, so, excuse me. Been a long day. Copper Person. the first row, the pointed ears row. No, the fairy girl is the only one really. I think the other two have rounded ears and look human. Although I guess with Space Girl she might be an alien, you don't know. I mean, they could all be aliens, I guess. But, no, it's just these are the definite ones. These are the ones I'm definitely gonna put in my little lineup, so to speak. Because these are the characters I have the most association with. And then the second row is the... I want to narrow it down a little bit. I don't want to keep all of them in this line. I'm not the biggest fan of this, which is why I put it down here. Also, this was a very quick thing and not much of a concept. In terms of... I'm not sure about the jungle lady. She looks cool, but she's got no concept whatsoever. Like, there's nothing here. It's just a person with pink hair. The others at least have some kind of supernatural or storytelling thing going on, whereas this person is like... I don't know. But I do like the illustration. Put her on Instagram where she belongs. So this is... I'm not sure. But I like the colors. I like the color scheme, and to be honest, that's kind of enough for me. Then we have the snake lady, which I think has a cool concept, so I think she'll stay. Blue hair lady, I would like to try and work that into something. Actually, that's something we could do now, is just try and do like a more concept-y sketch, basically. Not sure about the agent. But that's because it's so very specific with the evening dress and stuff. Like, I'm not sure if that's something that needs other outfits and needs to be in the lineup. But at the same time, she's an agent and she has like a cool backstory. So that's something. Yeah, the sword fighter, exactly. Also, she has a sword. That is cool. So that is something that's in her favor. This one, very cute, but again, not really a story. It's just a cute lady in hot pants, so might be slightly lower on the agenda. Agents should be adaptable. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think this one, whilst I like the picture, I think it's not really, it doesn't really fit the definition here. Maybe I'll add her later. Also, it's weird, but I think somehow with the eyes and the purpleness, I was reminded of Yennefer from The Witcher. So, not necessarily the video games, but the actress. I don't know, something around the eyes. The actress who played her in the series. Let's kind of leave these two out for the moment because they're comic book people, for me at least. Yeah, if we tried to turn this lady here into a character, how would that look? As we had like just kind of a quick. She's got pointy ears as well. She's in good company. And she has quite a pointy chin, but that was just also how I just drew that character because I didn't. She's quite serene, and then she's got this like. Kind of sort of ocean of hair, so to speak, and sort of long neck. I seem to have a fondness of people with long flowing hair. Probably because I could never grow my hair beyond a certain point because it was getting too unwieldy and horrible. Because it's so thick, and if you grow it any longer than shoulder length, it gets unbearably warm, so yeah. I can live vicariously through these characters. Just quickly one thing. Okay, there we go. Right, so yeah, so she's got really sort of flowy, hair and maybe even more watery. Hi Fiona! Hi! Thanks for joining us. She's got these really thin elven eyebrows. How's it going? Well, I'm boy, I had a bit of a day, but otherwise it is going well. So actually this is quite the relaxing part of the day, to be honest. But yeah, no, it's good. Not dying of a heat wave here, but it is quite warm. Lovely summer day today. And also I'm basically looking at my old characters that I've drawn over the years. I'm trying to determine which of them have earned OC status. She's got a very pointy nose. And long chin. I think the chin has to be a bit longer. That seems to be her character trait. I'm trying to draw the lady with the water hair that I drew like 5 million years ago. I think her ears are a bit too high. Days do happen. Yeah, they do, don't they? Where? Oh, the flooding. No, thankfully, I was nowhere near the flooding. Well, nowhere near is not true. It's fairly near, I suppose, in relation to Germany. I'm from the southwest as well. But thankfully, there was no flooding in my area, and we were not affected by it. Sometimes we are. There is a river here, but not quite that bad. But yeah, thanks for asking. I think there might be some people in the chat who are affected by it, so people in the chat, I hope you're all safe and your families are safe. But yeah, we've had a lot of like our family members in the UK have all been like, "Oh, are you okay?" and everyone's okay. Are you affected by the flooding and stuff? So yeah, it's amazing that this has been on the news so much abroad as well. Maybe I don't have to give this character like massive breasts like I do most of my characters for some reason. Yeah, just, you know, a bit more sort of willowy. There we are, that could be like that's somewhat acceptable for a character. Now she just needs just a little bit of color, really. Oh. Sorry to hear that, Oliver. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you didn't have any flooding then. Yeah, we felt lucky as well that we were not affected. Again, we are in a region where it could happen, but thankfully we are on a bit of a hill, and you know, even when the Neckar was quite full of water, it was not as bad. Only a wet cellar, yeah. I mean, that's still annoying, because that's where you keep stuff that you preferably have dry, so... I had, I mean, this is a very bad comparison, but I once lost pretty much an entire set of my furniture and stuff in a wet cellar because it got moldy. So I had like a wardrobe and stuff like that, you know, and I lost it. So I know cellars can be precarious anyway, and then if you just lose all of your stuff because you just kept it in a cellar, that's just freaking annoying, isn't it? But yeah. At least you're safe. That is the best part though. So yeah, this is sort of taking shape. Insurance paid everything. Well, that's good. You often hear stories where the insurance doesn't pay, right? So that's good for you. Just update my music a little bit. Okay, is the sound okay now? I never checked in again if it's alright. Major catastrophes are usually not covered. Yeah, I know, you need like special insurance for that, don't you? You need like, you know, like major flooding, that sort of stuff. That's weird, because that's obviously, of course, the place where you need It's just we need the insurance, right? And we're living in a country where we have insurance against everything. At least so I have been informed. We tend to over-insure ourselves, don't we? Sounds good, thanks. Cool, that's good. So, she is, however, not a complete nymph, so... Let's taking the skin tone from my character back here. And just putting in some shades and stuff just to get a sort of idea of the character. There we go, and we can always use multiply on the sketch to make it blend in a little bit more, and then we can change the color of the sketch a little bit, doing it the lowish way. There we go. And she should also have some clothes, because in her original sketch I didn't give her any, because it was just the head. So I think we'll go with something sort of white, maybe? Or should we go with something sort of based on her sort of orangey kind of skin tone? Try to find this complementary color to this hair. Yeah, she could have like a super squeaky orange dress, but I don't know. I guess this character was, if she's like calm and serene, and she's got this like peaceful look on her eyes, I think sort of blue whitish would look better. Hey, hi Alphidius! Thanks. Hi, thanks for joining us, and thanks for contributing to the VR challenge. All of your last hands. In flood areas, you have to pay astronomical premiums. Yeah, of course, that makes sense. It's like when you have a previous medical condition and stuff, right? Like, yeah, I know. I read it that people were like prepared for a certain amount of flooding, but nothing like this. This was insane. So, she's like... She's got this kind of dress, maybe. Maybe it's got some decorations on it. Sort of getting Frozen vibes, except that her hair isn't white. eyebrows were a little bit high. Also, this is the facial expression she has. Not sure I'm the biggest fan of that. Maybe just like this, you know? Maybe just a bit friendly. There we go. I think she has a... If I want to get really into this, like, character design, and that's what we're here for. We're here for the OC. It's going to be said she's got a slightly pointed mouth. I know that's not really part of the... Her facial expression has got nothing to do with character design. Oh no, she looks sad. But she looks a bit more neutral. Kind of want to get the sort of the vibe of the character across, and then we can always sort of edit that later, you know? So no real definition to the lower lip. But this kind of like sort of perky upper lip. Also, she's got some... She's got some freckles. Should keep those. I think the yeah, I'm not sure about the dress. What do we think about the dress? Could be a little bit more interesting. Looks a bit like a wedding dress now. A belt. Ooh. Yes. I have these wonderful lace brushes. Maybe I should use them. Does that come in the other way around? Ah, Clip Studio Paint. Just has these brushes, and I never use them, but... There we go. Now it really looks like a wedding dress. But I think that was like a sort of a belty kind of thing here. Well, eh. Something like that anyway. It's just the character design. Hi Soundshark! I hope you had a good end of your stream. Yeah, the lace is a little bit too wedding-y. But maybe something a little bit more don't know what this is, but that's a bit too much of whatever it is. This is zipper. Okay, now it looks like a stripper dress. Not that that's a bad thing. This is sort of frill. Oh yeah, that's very anime schoolgirl. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh, it makes her look so young. Oh, you collapsed on the sofa, man. That sounds good. You stay there. You chill. You grab yourself a drink and just chill. That's the best thing you can do. Oh, look at all the frills. So frilly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she deserves to be so frilly. I like the idea of the belt. I'll make it like another type of belt though. I'll just paint it for now. Not the hot party bus. Yeah, like last time. That's the thing, any kind of decoration I do automatically makes it look like a wedding dress. So I'm gonna have to go for something a bit more watery so that it looks a little bit more like a sort of water spirit rather than just person in, you know, fancy wedding dress. Maybe maybe like she can have this sort of poof sleeve, because anybody, you know, everybody likes a bit of poofy sleeves. Character design evening, and we're just kind of trying to avoid wedding dress look, but that kind of also makes it look like a wedding dress. But I don't know, maybe a little bit less. And don't worry, those were not meant to be pink. That was really just to get to see that difference between Okay, well, actually the short sleeves do make it look a little bit less like a wedding dress, because, I don't know, something about it makes it look more like a summer dress. Is it still so warm in your area, Jason? I've heard a lot of people from Max's side of, you know, people your side of the channel mentioned this in the past few days. My condolences. Heat waves are annoying. What instead of a belt, what if we went a little bit more radical here? And you know those like, you know those people who wear like their t-shirts kind of tied together in sort of a knot in the middle, and they're being all cool and modern and stuff. And maybe... And she wears some sort of... sort of high-waisted jeans and a sort of a knot top. Okay, let's get a sort of a jeans color, because I like giving my characters jeans, because, you know, they're comfortable. I mean, really, obviously, this is the kind of thing where I could always redesign the character's clothes and stuff, but I want to get a vibe first, and then we can always fix it later, you know? 28, oh my god, almost 30 degrees in your room! That is so annoying. Ugh, yes, I agree, soundtrack, that is what melting sounds like. Oh, that is so warm. That is definitely too warm. We had similar things here, where, like, you know, at midnight, it would still be like 29 degrees in our bedroom, and we just like roast in our beds, just trying to sleep. $23 degrees, that is nice. You had your sexual awakening because you went for a burrito? Tell us more. Sometimes a burrito is just a burrito though, Jason. Don't forget that. Okay, you know what, guys? I like this. It's not entirely how the original character originally looked, but you know, a burrito is never just a burrito. Hi! Hi, Pizza Pirat. Are you coming out of the woodwork just to say that? That seems very in character. It's the real deal, authentic flavors, chipotle chicken. I mean, if I wasn't living in a different country, I'd say you're advertising. Oh, that sounds really good. Now I'm getting hungry, damn it. Oh. Well, we had burgers today, so I can't complain. That was also pretty good. Okay, I'd say we have somewhat of a character design for this person. That's definitely a bit more of a character design. Obviously, I guess now, now comes the game of where the hell did I park this? Well, we have a character design, or something like it anyway. You just tapped over from your own work just to say that. Thank you, pirate. We appreciate that. That's yeah, that's you know, an updated version of the character, so to speak. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got this we've got these other people basically to somehow get into this lineup. Also, I just realized I gave her basically the exact same top as the beach girl because somehow I have a thing for poofy sleeves and midriff tops. I mean, this is basically what I was wearing in like the early 2000s or something. I think I had tops like that. All back in fashion, right? Oh wow, that is a cool story. Oh, excuse me. Started with a food truck and then bought the place. That is cool. That's neat. I once worked at a kebab place, which also, like, you just think, oh, it's just a kebab place, but it was also the kind of thing where the guy had, like, the recipe from his father, and he, you know, it's nice. I like it when food places have a story like that. You know what? I think next I'm gonna just have a quick look at this snake lady, and we're just gonna do the same thing because I enjoyed that. I enjoyed sketching and coming up with character ideas for her. So let's put her over here and get snake lady here. That yawn was contagious. Hi, Xilva. Also, thank you, Oliver. I hadn't even saved that picture yet at all. Thank you. Was it a real Turkish kebab place? No, the guy who owned it was a Turkish man who had emigrated to New Zealand, and I was working there as a work and travel backpacker basically for a couple of months. I was just working at this kebab shop and staying in one place. That was pretty fun. He was a really nice guy, and he brought it from his dad in Turkey. Yeah. I think he was originally an interior designer, and I think he'd come there because he met a woman, he met a Kiwi, and I think he went and married her and moved to New Zealand. No, I don't mind you just lurking. Yeah, I'm tired too. It's very warm in here because we have all the doors closed and all the windows closed. Ugh. No, you carry on lurking. Yeah, that was a New Zealander. It's a long time ago. He's way long retired since then. But you know, had a kid, I think, and yeah, he was fun, and I got to do I got to lots of fun stuff. Like I learned a lot of kitchen-y, cooking-y kind of things in that kitchen. I really did. Like. Cats draw suspicious snake lady. Aren't Turkish kebabs, like the real Turkish kebabs, really big over Germany? Well, I don't. Well, yes, definitely. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of doner kebab places here. I think they're kind of. I would say the kebab here in Germany is comparable to like the Indian food in England, except that we didn't colonize Turkey. Maybe not that comparable. But yes, we have some really good kebab places here. I have a really nice one just right next to where I work, and we often went there when I was working as a lunch treat. Well, it depends, I guess. That might be other places, but I think most kebab places I've been to have been Turkish. Typical kind of family-owned things. I think Max might be a better judge on this as well, because he's had both types of kebabs, I think. Like I remember though them always telling me that the kebabs here were so much better. I think I'm upgrading her hair a little bit, because her hair here is like, what the hell is going on? What's going on there? Why does she have this terrible haircut? What happened here? I only just noticed this. What's this? Who cut your hair, lady? Who hurt you? Is this why you're so angry? Did someone just go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut your hair, and then just like, whoops, and then just cut this horrible, jagged, what was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. What the hell? Yeah, don't worry, lady, we're gonna fix your hair for you. Jesus. It's a result of a snake trying to use hair clippers. You reckon she was trying to do it herself, and it's just like, oh no, the person who was doing it was one of those snakes for arms. One of those guys with the snakes for arms would be like, it's fine, I can do it. She was just like, no, it's okay, I'll go and find someone else to cut my hair. I'd be like, no, it's okay, I can do it. So like the kebab storyline going on, yeah. It's a Corona haircut. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, poor lady. We'll fix you. We'll fix you right up. We'll give you a good haircut. Don't worry. Or just, you know, make it a sort of nice, long bob haircut rather than just this horrible jagged mess. Okay, that was making her look a little bit too much like a pro wrestler, so... Her arm was a bit too chunky. I think her chin was a little bit receding. Let's give her a sort of statement chin. A character chin. There we go. Okay, now what would she be? What would be her sort of what would be sort of her character's thing? Yeah, well, Jason, next time you visit us, we can have all the currywurst. Currywurst on the house. Honestly, if anybody visits us, I'll be like, you know, you just show up and give you currywurst somehow. I don't know. We'll make it happen. Now, she had these incredible snake boobies, of course, so I'll try and give a nice... This was not a good pose to choose, though. This is not a good pose to try and... Somehow I imagine her being like, this power pose type person who's wearing like this kind of posh spice dress. It's probably because she has that posh spice 90s haircut. What kind of currywurst are you serving down there in South Germany? I think the currywurst is pretty much the same anyway, isn't it? I don't actually know. So they have this sausage here where they put the curry already in the sausage meat. And that's all I can tell you. And then they have this like very nice sweet curry sauce, and then they put curry powder on top. That's kind of the one that we get usually, I think. Oh, okay, am I getting an education now? Sweet summer child. Oh lord, what's gonna come now? There are curry. Oh, there's a currywurst. There's a currywurst equator. I thought there was only a Weißwurst equator. That's the only one I know. Okay, we're making her a 90s girl band design person. Because that's what her hair is telling me. I love that hashtag food talk. There's currywurst with a normal bratwurst and one with the Thüringer. Yes, I guess, yeah, that's true. And you can also get it with, you know, the red one. Which I don't know what it's actually called. Red sausage. You know what? Because it's like, it looks like snake scales. You know what she would be wearing? It would be one of those, what, paillette? What the hell is the word for that in English? Oh my god. Let me look that up. But you know, like pailletten muster kind of thing. That's enough French words. Sequins! Is it sequins? Is that the correct pronunciation or is it sequin? Spangle? No, I think sequin's the word I was looking for.
Sequin.
Thank you, dicts.cc. Sequins, that's what I want. Okay, just fix the eye a little bit because I tend to do the other eye a little bit too big and out of pose. Just kind of narrow her arm down a little bit. It was a bit chunky, and you couldn't really see where the dress. So we want to see where the dress goes. Something like this. Yeah, that seems about right. Sequin, thank you for that. I like that spelling. This is the thing where you change the color. Yeah, but you can also just get it as a dress. I don't think you should do that on a dress and just go like, wee, wee. Maybe a little bit, something like Bockwurst. There's a Weißwurst Equator Memorial. There really is. Oh my god. Us Germans, we get so into our regional differences, we make even statues for it. How about currywurst? Man, we should really stop talking about food. I'm so impressionable, honestly. The other night I was on a stream, I think it was on Briny's stream or something, and somebody mentioned pizza. And then for the rest of the day I just wanted pizza. And I was just, in the end, ended up ordering pizza. Because I was like, I got to have the pizza. It was suggested, and now I have to have it. Okay, so this is her dress. Then we have her skin, which is kind of a bit on the sort of darker side. Yep, that's about right. And then we have her hair, which is like this sort of a purpley kind of black. Maybe we can be a bit more statement about it and make it sort of a bit more sort of grey, no? Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll change the color around a little bit for this character, but for the moment, stay on target. Currywurst is serious business. Yeah, that's true though about the food. It is something that everyone can really get sort of invested in, and that's nice to have like this common thing. You know what, I'm gonna give her a bit more of a tougher, bit more better lipstick, because if she's as tough as she looks, then she'd be absolutely wearing the power lipstick. Now, how can we make this dress look sparkly, huh? Okay, so if we take this kind of spray, and then we spray it first with sort of dark, and then with very light, we can at least make it look sparkly, right? There we go, now it looks sparkly. Now you just have to imagine the sequins on here. Hey, that's how I should draw all of my pictures. I should just be like, yeah, guys, you'll just have to imagine it. It's totally there, it's just, you know, I haven't painted it yet. There we go. That seems like an easy way to get out of it. Es geht um die Wurst, yeah. Yeah, red bricks and really low roofs. Alpha Diaz, I'm with you there. I think if you drive through Germany a couple of times, you notice that very quickly. That was one of my favorite, one of the funny things when you, when I worked at my job, and we used to get customers from like the really rich parts of Bavaria, so like people who built houses and constructed the windows and stuff for like, you know, the footballers of Bayern München and stuff like that. You know, there were like some pretty cool, pretty good people there. And let's get the yellow in here somehow, just a little bit. But yeah, and and I remember all the product photography that we had for this for these shades was like these really modern houses that didn't have any special roofs. They were just like square blocks. And he said, oh no, I don't want any of those pictures on my website. That just doesn't look like the houses here. These just look like fallen over shoeboxes. We have proper houses with proper roofs, you know? And it didn't want any of that nonsense. It was like nice old-fashioned Bavarian housing. There we go. We have turned Snake Lady into a sort of Victoria Beckham-esque character. And obviously, because this is just a sketch, I'm not putting a lot of work into the sequence, but you get the idea. And we gave the poor lady some decent hair. The snake girl became a snake lady. She was upgraded. Food documentaries. Oh, I do like cooking stuff, yeah. I like, I have to say it's very indulgent, but I like the, you know, those top-down cooking videos that you get on social media so much, where people just kind of, you see the hand throwing in this prepared bowl of garlic, and it's all pre-chopped, and it's all really nice, and then they just go, and then just speed it up, and then suddenly, boom, we have this really nice-looking food. Oh, I love watching those. They're so satisfying. Those are really fun. And just kind of glues your eyes to the screen, because you're just like, oh, I want that. It looks so yummy. It doesn't really matter what I'm cooking. It looks yummy. All right. So I think the only one left would either be the pink hair girl or the agent lady. I think we could try and turn agent lady and could kind of figure out what she would look like. What would agent lady look like if she was just dressed regularly? I don't know that much about her, but she has this kind of blue-red color scheme going on. So we could try and work that out. This music. Okay, switch to playlists. Some areas have a building code. Yeah, that's also a thing, isn't it? You can't just build something sort of higgledy-piggledy. You have to adhere to the rules. Okay, so agent lady. It's got sort of a prominent nose. And she seems a bit cheeky. I think the agent lady, she's a bit sort of, you know, sort of wry sense of humor kind of thing. She's not one of the pointy ear group. Oh, she would have, like, some serious muscle going on, because if she's a sword fighter, then, you know, she'd have to have a bit of something to lift that sword and to fight with it effectively. It doesn't look like no skinny rapier either, it's like a proper sword, so... And also, I guess the whole skinny rapier thing is not correct, blah blah blah. Disclaimer, yes Max, I know, rapiers in D&D are not actual rapiers. Or are they? I don't know, I always get my weapons designations wrong. Anyway, that's not a rapier, that's a sword. Some kind of pretty chunky sword. I realized the hilt of the sword is almost the width of the blade, which looks a little bit uncomfortable to hold. Like, she has to hold it sort of like this. And how big is this sword hilt? What was I thinking? She can't even get all of her fingers around the sword hilt. Yes! Yes, successfully averted the actually. Thank you very much. Haha, I did it. I've been taught much about medieval weaponry in this household. Yes, I'm just using my own arm as a reference of what it would look like if someone carried their sword over their shoulder. I remember when I was drawing this, I was just like, oh my god, I can't draw swords. I can't be asked to draw the sword properly. And now I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'll try and do my best. I'll at least give it a try, you know. include it in the sketch and not as an afterthought. I gotta draw the sword. Difficult. Straight lines. Moan, moan, moan. Complain, complain, complain. You know, we got a hand in. You remember the sword discussion? Swords aren't that heavy. I guess it depends on the sword, huh? And also on the person. 1 kilogram should be okay, yeah. I mean, if you have to swing around 1 kilogram all the time, at some point you'll feel it. You remember the sword discussion? That's really nice. I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago. When there was the nose war. Before the sword, there was the nose war. Also, nose war veterans remember that this was the nose that started it all. So yeah, remember when the nose war was going on. And to all the uninitiated, it was a simpler time. When noses were still noses, you know? When noses were still real noses, and hands were crippled messes, and swords were heavy and unrealistic. It was a simpler time. When somehow I could just look at a painting and go, you know what, I can't be arsed drawing a background for this, and then just never finishing it. I'll try and do better these days. Okay, so on her left arm she's got this elaborate tattoo, which doesn't make any sense. So if I updated this, look at this. Look at this tattoo. This does not make any sense. What was I thinking? I was just like, I want her to have a tattoo. And it looks like somebody just cut out a little piece of like wallpaper and pasted it onto her arm like that. Hello. Hello there. You have a lovely nickname, Onkel Einhorn Poops. Welcome to the stream. What's going on there? Oh, that's my jacket. So yeah, if I upgraded this character somehow, I think I would totally give her like a slightly more cool tattoo and not just this kind of paisley nonsense plant thing, whatever. I think I have a very elaborate Pinterest board with tattoo ideas for myself, so... I should be able to find some tattoos for this lady that look good. Okay, now all she needs is her hair. Her signature big mane. So it looks like she has a side parting or maybe a middle parting, but I think she might look better with a side parting. She's got a bit of a rakish thing going on. You remember that pattern? Your grandma's rug? Yes, exactly. That's why it looks so shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to diss your grandma, but you just kind of dissed your own grandma. Or did you? Maybe you really like that rug. Also, she's got the serious, thick, volumed hair. Heck yeah. Oh, I love drawing a little bit of thick hair with 2 C's. Just like... That's lovely, look at that. Barbarella style. Clip that. Oh, thanks. Can't you? I think you can share a clip in the chat. I've seen other people do it. So feel free to share that if you've clipped anything. To be honest, I don't know how to do it, but I think you can do it. No, I think the hair looked better when it was just behind the shoulder, actually. Otherwise you get this like weird design block. And also this is a very simple sketch. Although this is the more complex sketch of all of the three I've done tonight. It usually gets more complex as the stream goes on, because I get warmed up and then... I have to get some cold water after that grandma burn. I think I've edited it a bit too much. I've kind of lost the sketchy character of the hair and it's gone a bit too blobby at the top, so let me just edit that a little bit. Otherwise it looks like she has a giant head, and that's not really good. There we go. That even looks a bit like her, I mean, you know. And then I guess she could have her sort of... I remember I spent way too long designing that sort of brooch on her chest, even though you can hardly see it. Man, I'm kicking the shit out of my past self tonight. I'm really just criticizing all of these pieces, but it's actually fun because I don't feel salty about it because I feel like I've gotten better at drawing, so I can insult my past self as much as I like. It's nice when you know that you've at least improved a little bit. I have something to show for it. Oh no, I just looked at the sketch and suddenly realized that it looks like she's cutting off her own ear. It doesn't look like she's just casually holding the sword. It looks like she's like about to go whoop. Maybe I should move that a little bit. So if I was holding something over my shoulder, right? Let's hold this bottle, so it'd be like, the whole point of it would be that you're resting it on your shoulder. And if you're resting a sword on your shoulder, that seems a bit uncomfortable. Well, she's not resting it anywhere, that's for sure. Yeah, she just cuts through her hair, exactly. Huh. It does look a bit like she's telephoning with it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well. I'm on my sword phone. Maybe if it was like a long sword and the sword hilt was, you know, crazy long. Or maybe she just has it in her hilt, like in her sheath. You know. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's like a sword hilt. A sword sheath, and then, you know, sort of like... Okay, so it can be in a hilt, and it can, yeah, it's... That's what happened to Snake Lady. Oh my god, the in-universe connections are complete. The Doodle Eula character cinematic universe. Yeah. Oh, you would put it with the broadside. Yeah, that's true. I guess you could do that. It'd still be a bit dangerous, I guess, but if you're cool and sexy and chill about it. Yeah, I guess you could do that. That'd be fairly safe. Okay, let's go back to our sword. I like that idea. I like that better than having like an ugly, heavy sheath. Let's try that. Okay, so we have the sword, right? Let's edit this. Doesn't really help, does it? Let's try this from scratch. So essentially, the sword hilt. So this is the hilt, and then sort of like this whole thing would be lower down. This is also typical of the Doodle Eula streams, is that we just kind of crop and edit stuff on the way and make anatomy possible. Make anatomy great again, and try and somehow explain how these things come to pass. The last gold. Yeah, exactly. She cut her hair accidentally. She's sword agent here was basically giving a bad impression. It's giving some bad advice how to hold a sword. So we have the hand further down. Good night! Night, Dusty. Have a nice evening. Okay, I'm trying to think three-dimensionally. Okay, I'm trying to, you know, make the sword straight, but well, it's not perfect, but it's somewhat better than before, I think. It doesn't look quite so ridiculous anymore. Again, it's just a sketch, and getting this sword straight shouldn't be the main priority, but, you know, once you get started, you kind of... Alright. You know what, this is good enough for me for a start as a sketch. I'm just gonna block in some colors, and then I think it's time to call it a night. Wow, this is very light skin. What's the color I got there? Agent Adelaide has got very light skin apparently. Well, I'm glad we included her in our little lineup here. Okay, now we've got the sort of medium red tone here. Alright, good night. Yeah, I'm nearly done anyway. Gonna jump ahead in my playlist as well. So we have this kind of sort of pink tone. Put a bit of a gradient in, that's always nice. And then we have the dress. Just this kind of turquoisey color. I think when I was in primary school, I had these pens. I had these like marker pens or something to paint with, and these two were my favorite colors. Basically this kind of blue and this kind of red. Those together are my favorites. Hi Anubis. Go. I think that's everything. Well, the sword, I guess. This time around, I'd give her a proper sword pommel. There we go. Agent Adelaide has made it into our little lineup. In a sketchy form. Okay, so we have all we need now is basically names for everyone. So we have June, May, we have the fairy girl. Don't know what I referred to her as, but she's basically some kind of princess. So we'll just have to come up with good names, but I can do that in my own time and make like a line, a sort of an overview way. And then we have the water girl. Well, you know what? I don't have to write down the name if I. She's just called Princess. That is just very silly of me. Okay, so we have those two. We have the snake lady. We have Adelaide. And we have the water girl. Yeah, and then the jungle pink lady girl. I guess I could think about that, but maybe she'll be a later edition, huh? So yeah. So I think this is already on the way to drawing them all in just kind of regular clothes. I'll put the sketches next to each other and then we can look at it. But yeah, I'll carry this on in my own time, I think. Yeah, this is it. It's late. So I'm gonna go now and have something to eat. Thank you all for watching and joining me for this little character exploration. I had fun looking at the old character sketches again. I hope you had too. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, and chatting and everything. It was nice. See if there's anyone we can raid. Oh, we can raid Orkic, I guess. Who else have we got here? Ellie Briggs again. Yeah, we could. Yeah, Ellie Briggs. Or we could go over to Orkic. I think most people here know Orkic anyway, so that makes sense. Right. Yeah. Good night, you guys. Have a lovely night. So weird. That doesn't sound like that song. Anyway, I was gonna play my ending song, but Twitch has Epidemic Sound has sabotaged me. Anyway, good night, guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.